What if I told you that the biggest fight you'll ever be in isn't against another person, isn't against your boss or your circumstances or your bank account? What if the biggest battle you'll ever face is happening right now between your ears, inside your own mind? Think about it for a second. Every single morning you open your eyes and step into a war zone, and most people don't even realize they're fighting. Your thoughts are either lifting you up or dragging you down. They're either pushing you toward your dreams or keeping you stuck in the same painful cycle year after year. The world loves to tell you that your past defines you, that your failures are permanent labels, that you are who you were 5 years ago or 10 years ago. But I'm here right now to tell you a truth that's bigger than all of that noise. Your mind is the doorway to everything you want in life. And if you can take control of it, if you can master what goes on inside your head, you can literally master your entire existence. Too many of us hand over our power without even noticing. We let negative thoughts move into our minds like they own the place. We let doubts stay there rent-free. Doubts that were planted by people who didn't believe in us. Doubts that came from one bad experience 5 years ago. Doubts that we never even questioned because we just accepted them as truth. But imagine if right now, in this exact moment, you drew a line in the sand. Imagine if today was the day you finally said, enough is enough. No more letting fear write the script for your future. No more letting insecurity make your decisions for you. No more repeating those lies in your head that tell you you're not smart enough, strong enough, worthy enough. Because here's the truth, and I need you to feel this deep in your soul. You are not your negative thoughts. You are the person who has the power to rise above them. There's a version of you inside right now that's stronger than every single voice of doubt. A version that knows how to fight back. A version that believes, grows, heals, and leads. But to reach that version of yourself, you've got to do something most people never learn. You've got to learn how to take back control of your thoughts. You've got to stop being a slave to your own mind and start becoming its master. And this journey isn't about faking it or pretending everything's perfect. It's about facing the storm that's raging inside and choosing peace anyway. It's about learning to see your thoughts not as facts carved in stone, but as patterns. Patterns you have the courage to break. It's about changing your inner voice from a critic to a coach, from doubt to determination, from fear to faith. And that transformation starts right here, right now, in this moment. So if you've been drowning in anxiety, if doubt has paralyzed you, if your mind has been your worst enemy instead of your greatest ally, I need you to listen closely. Because over the next few minutes, we're going to completely shift how you see yourself, elevate your awareness, and give you real tools to take back control. You deserve freedom. Not just freedom in your life, but freedom in your mind. This is more than motivation. This is mental liberation. Let's dive in. Your mind is unbelievably powerful. But here's the scary part. If you don't control it, it will control you. Every single day, thousands of thoughts pass through your brain. Some of them are positive and helpful. But let's be honest, most of them are not. You know the ones I'm talking about. I'm not good enough. I'll never be successful. Nobody really cares about me. Why even bother trying? These thoughts pop up out of nowhere. They're automatic, they're quiet, they're sneaky. And the most dangerous part? Most people never question them. They just believe them. They let these thoughts define who they are. They let them control their decisions. They let them sabotage their potential before they even get started. But here's something you need to understand and really let sink in. You are not your thoughts. Read that again if you need to. You are not your thoughts. You are the one listening to those thoughts. You are the one who gets to decide if they're true or not. You are the one with the power to challenge them, reject them, and replace them. Think of your mind like a garden. If you ignore it and never take care of it, weeds will grow everywhere. Negative thoughts, doubts, fears, insecurities. But if you pay attention, if you put in the work, you can pull out the weeds and plant something beautiful. Confidence, gratitude, faith, strength. It all starts with one simple thing: awareness. Drop a comment right now and let me know what time it is where you're watching from. I want to know who's out here doing the work with me. The very first step in dealing with negative thoughts is recognizing them. You've got to become the observer of your own mind. Start paying attention to what you're actually saying to yourself throughout the day. Most people never do this. They're on autopilot, controlled by an inner voice that tears them down constantly. But not you, not anymore. When a negative thought shows up, stop for a second. Pause, and ask yourself a few questions. Where did this thought even come from? Is this based on facts, or is it just fear talking? Would I ever say this to someone I love? When you start asking these questions, something powerful happens. You realize that most of your thoughts aren't even logical. They're emotional reactions based on old pain, past failures, or trauma you haven't healed from yet. They're not predictions of your future. They're just mental habits. And habits can be broken. Here's another thing you need to know. Your brain is wired for survival, not happiness. That means it's constantly scanning for danger, looking for threats, searching for problems. That's why negative thinking feels so natural and automatic. But here's the good news. With awareness and intention, you can actually rewire your brain. You can train it to focus on growth instead of fear, on strength instead of weakness, on opportunity instead of obstacles. Start writing down your thoughts. Say them out loud. Challenge them in real time. Expose the lies your mind tells you, because once you see a lie clearly, it loses its power over you. Negative thoughts only have strength when they stay hidden in the shadows. The moment you shine a light on them, they start to shrink. So remember this truth. You have the power to choose which thoughts you give energy to. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every thought is worth believing. The more you recognize the patterns in your thinking, the more control you take back. You're not helpless. You're not broken. You are powerful beyond measure. And it all begins with understanding this simple but life-changing fact. Your thoughts do not define you unless you let them. Once you become aware of your negative thoughts, the next step is critical. You can't just notice them and move on. You've got to challenge them, confront them, stand toe-to-toe with them, and speak truth. Most negative thoughts are rooted in fear, old wounds, or lies you've been telling yourself for years. They sound convincing, they feel real, but they're not truth. They're just mental habits that you've repeated so many times they became your default setting, and if you don't challenge them, they'll keep running your life on a loop. Let's say a thought pops up, like I'm a total failure. Stop right there. Ask yourself, is that actually true? Have you really failed at everything? Or did you just hit a setback? Did you learn something valuable from the experience? Have you succeeded in other areas of your life? Would someone who truly loves you call you a failure? When you start asking these questions, you'll realize that the thought isn't truth. It's a twisted belief you've been carrying around, maybe for years. You've been accepting a lie as your identity, but today that stops. The way you destroy a lie is by replacing it with truth. This is where affirmations and intentional self-talk become your weapons, not cheesy slogans you don't believe, but real, truth-based statements that fight back against the negativity. If the thought says, I'm not good enough, your truth becomes, I am growing every day and I am worthy of love and success. If the thought says, I'll never get through this, your truth becomes, I've survived every hard day so far and I will survive this one too. This isn't toxic positivity. It's not about pretending life is easy or ignoring real pain. It's about refusing to let your mind bully you with lies. It's about creating a mental space where truth is louder than fear. You need to become your own coach, not your own critic. Encourage yourself the way you'd encourage someone you care about. Speak life over yourself. Correct your thinking the same way you'd correct a friend who's being way too hard on themselves. Don't underestimate how powerful this habit really is. Because here's how it works. Thoughts become beliefs. Beliefs shape your identity. Identity drives your behavior. So if you want to change your life, you've got to start by changing the conversation you're having with yourself. Start writing down your most common negative thoughts. Next to each one, write the truth that fights back against it. Say these truths out loud every morning, every night, every time that lie tries to creep back in. Train your brain the same way you'd train a muscle, through repetition, resistance, and patience. This is a battle, and every battle requires strategy. Challenging your thoughts is your strategy. Replacing them is your superpower. You're not weak for having negative thoughts, but you become incredibly strong the moment you decide to fight them. Your future depends on which voice inside your head you choose to believe. So choose wisely, speak truth over yourself, and rewrite the story in your mind one thought at a time. Now let's talk about something most people completely ignore. Your thoughts don't just appear out of thin air. They're shaped by what you're feeding your mind every single day. Just like your body becomes what you eat, your mind becomes what you consume. If you want to overcome negative thinking, you've got to take control of the environment that's shaping your thoughts. Ask yourself honestly, what are you letting into your mind? What shows are you binge watching? What kind of conversations are you having? Who are you spending the most time with? What do you see when you scroll through social media for hours? Because whether you know it or not, everything you consume is programming your brain. If you're always watching negativity, drama, and chaos, don't be surprised when your thoughts become anxious and heavy. If you're constantly around people who complain, criticize, and spread fear, don't be shocked when your confidence starts fading. Your mind is a mirror of your environment. You've got to be intentional about creating a space, physically, digitally, and emotionally, that actually supports your mental health instead of destroying it. Start by looking at your social media. Are the accounts you follow inspiring you or draining you? Are they teaching you to grow, think critically, and love yourself? Or are they making you compare yourself to others, hate your life, and doubt your worth? Unfollow anything that doesn't build you up. Your peace is way more valuable than staying updated on drama and other people's highlight reels. Then take a hard look at the people around you. Some people pour life into you. Others plant seeds of negativity and self-doubt every time you're around them. If someone constantly makes you feel small, unworthy, or hopeless, they're not helping you heal. Sometimes you've got to love people from a distance to protect your own peace. Now shift your focus to what you can add to your life, not just what you need to remove. Fill your mind with truth. Read books that empower you. Listen to podcasts that challenge your thinking. Watch videos that actually motivate you and teach you how to grow. Surround yourself with voices that make you believe in your purpose again. The more you feed your mind with wisdom, encouragement, and hope, the more naturally your thoughts will begin to shift. You'll start thinking differently because your mental diet is different. This isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about giving yourself the best possible tools to handle the hard days. Negative thoughts thrive in toxic environments. So change the environment, guard your mind, protect your peace like your life depends on it, because in so many ways it does. You can't stop every negative thought from showing up, but you can absolutely control how many seeds of negativity get planted in the first place. Control the input and you start controlling the output. What goes in is what comes out. Choose wisely because your future mindset depends on it. One of the most powerful tools you have for beating negative thoughts is something called mindfulness. And it's simpler than you think. Mindfulness is just the ability to be fully present in this moment without judging yourself. It might sound basic, but in a world that constantly pulls you into the past or pushes you into the future, being present is actually revolutionary. Most negative thoughts come from two places: regret about the past or anxiety about the future. You replay old mistakes over and over. You overthink what people said to you. You worry about things that haven't even happened yet. And while you're stuck in your head, you're missing the only moment that's actually real, right now. The present moment is where peace lives. It's where healing happens. It's where you reclaim your power. When you slow down and become aware of your thoughts without freaking out about them, you create space between you and your mind. And in that space, you gain control. Start practicing mindfulness every day, even in tiny ways. When you wake up in the morning, take a few minutes to just breathe. Don't grab your phone. Don't jump into your to-do list. Just breathe. Feel the air filling your lungs. Notice the sounds around you. Ground yourself in the now. When a negative thought pops up, don't panic. Don't try to shove it down or run from it. Just observe it. Acknowledge it. Name it. You might say out loud, "Oh, that's my fear of failure again," or "There's my anxiety trying to take over." The simple act of naming a thought weakens its grip on you. It reminds you that you are the observer, not the prisoner. Another powerful mindfulness tool is meditation. You don't have to sit for hours or chant mantras unless you want to. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing or gratitude reflection can completely shift your mental state. Meditation helps you detach from your thoughts and see them for what they really are. Temporary mental events, not permanent truths. Also try grounding exercises when you're overwhelmed. Focus on what you can see, touch, hear, smell, and feel right now. This pulls you out of your head and into reality, and that's where your strength is. Mindfulness isn't about being calm all the time. It's about being aware of what's happening inside you so you can respond instead of react. It trains your brain to stop spiraling and start focusing. It teaches you that just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it has to stay there or run your life. The more present you become, the less control negative thoughts will have. You'll start catching patterns faster. You'll spot the lies quicker. You'll respond to life with intention instead of impulse. So give yourself the gift of now. Practice presence. When your mind starts wandering into fear, gently pull it back. One breath, one moment, one choice at a time. Because in this moment, you are safe, you are enough, and you are in control. Just like your body needs exercise to stay healthy and strong, your mind needs daily training to stay sharp and resilient. Dealing with negative thoughts isn't a one-and-done thing. It's a daily, intentional practice. If you want real lasting change, you need a routine that strengthens your mindset, builds your confidence, and protects your peace. Think about it this way. You don't go to the gym once and expect to be fit for life. In the same way, you can't watch one motivational video or read one quote and expect your negative thoughts to disappear forever. Transformation happens through repetition and consistency. So what does a mental fitness routine actually look like? Start your day with intention. Before the world comes at you with its chaos and demands, take control of your inner world first. Begin every morning with a few minutes of silence, prayer, meditation, or gratitude. It doesn't have to be long. Just 5 to 10 minutes of stillness can completely change the direction of your day. Remind yourself who you are, what you're grateful for, and what you're working to become. Next, use affirmations. Not random generic phrases, but truths that speak directly to your struggles. If you battle fear, say, "I am courageous and I move forward in faith." If you struggle with self-doubt, say, "I am capable, I am worthy, and I believe in myself." Speak these out loud. Let your own voice become the loudest one in your life. Throughout the day, do mental check-ins. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Is it based on truth or fear? If the thoughts are negative, interrupt them. Don't let them go unchecked. Redirect them with truth. Even just one moment of awareness can stop a mental spiral before it takes over. In the evening, close your day with reflection. Write in a journal. Review what went well, what you're proud of, and where you want to improve. Journaling helps you track your growth, recognize patterns, and release emotions instead of bottling them up. And don't forget to give yourself grace. Forgive yourself for overthinking, for slipping up, for being human. Growth includes grace. Also, fuel your mind with empowering content daily. Read books that inspire you. Listen to speakers who challenge you to rise higher. Surround yourself with voices that lift you up instead of dragging you down. Even 10 minutes a day of positive input can completely recalibrate your thinking. And most importantly, be consistent. Your mental health isn't a side project. It's the foundation for everything else you do. The more you commit to building mental strength every single day, the easier it becomes to catch and replace negative thoughts before they take root. This is how you win the battle in your mind. By showing up every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, you train, you grow, you rise. Because your thoughts don't control you, you control your thoughts. And when you commit to that truth daily, you become unstoppable. So as we come to the end of this message, I want you to pause for just a moment. Let everything you just heard really settle in. Not just in your ears, but deep in your spirit. Because this isn't just another pep talk you scroll past. This is a wake-up call, a reminder, a challenge. The truth is simple, but it will change your life if you let it. You are not a prisoner of your thoughts. You are the master of your mind. Every thought that whispers you're not enough, every lie that says you're broken, every fear that screams you can't move forward, those are not your truth. They are illusions, smoke and mirrors. And today you've learned how to break through them. You've learned that it starts with awareness, noticing when your mind is feeding you garbage. Then comes the courage to challenge those lies and replace them with truth. And finally, it's about building a daily routine that strengthens your mind like a muscle. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action changes nothing. You can nod your head, feel inspired for 5 minutes, and then go right back to the same mental habits tomorrow. Or you can decide right now that today is the day everything shifts. That today you stop being a passenger in your own mind and you start driving. The choice is yours. But I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, you were not made to live in mental prison. You were made for freedom, for peace, for purpose. And it all starts between your ears. So take control, challenge the lies, feed your mind with truth, practice presence, build the routine, and watch your entire life transform from the inside out. You've got this. You're stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more powerful than any negative thought that's ever tried to hold you back. Now go out there and win the battle. One thought at a time. If this message helped you today, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And make sure you subscribe to Buddhism Focus because we're dropping more content like this that actually helps you grow, heal, and take back control of your life. Real wisdom, real tools, real transformation. Let's keep rising together.